Okay, so we finished the first problem here, so now we're going to take a look at the second problem. 3x squared plus 7x minus 6. So again, over here to the right, what we're trying to do is we're trying to give you kind of little hints and clues as to the steps that we have given you at the beginning of the page here. Again, remember, we're taking the first term times this third term here. Okay, and make sure that you include the negative sign with this. So even though this is minus 6, you're going to bring it over here as a negative 6. So notice the connection between these two here. But now you have to go ahead and list all of the factors of negative 18. So that's where things get a little bit interesting, because there are a lot of factors of negative 18. Keep in mind, though, that what you want to do is you want that pair of factors that has the sum of your middle term. So this middle term here becomes very important. It's positive 7. So whatever factors we have here, we want these factors to add up to positive 7. So as I go to list all these factors here, just as an example, my first factor is going to be 1 and negative 18, because 1 times negative 18 gives me negative 18. But my problem is they do not add up to 7. In fact, if anything, it gives us negative 17, so that means I can't use negative 1 and positive 18. Because again, I'm going to get positive 17 here. So if you can kind of think of pieces like that, you can start taking a look at all of your factors, 3 and 6, and 2 and 9. Which of these two appear to have the possibility of adding or subtracting together to give you 7? And really the best two appear to be the 2 and the 9 somehow, because I want positive 7. Maybe I want here is negative 2 and positive 9. And so by looking and going through these factors here, I can find my pair. That's going to give me that middle term, because that's how I'm going to set up my answer here for my parentheses. So I'm going to have you guys do number 2. Okay, so you had yourself an opportunity now to see what you can get, and the correct answer should have been 3x minus 2 times the quantity x plus 3. Now, like we did on number 1 here, you have to really be careful, and you have to look at the first two pieces here, this 3x and the x. You have to get that 3x squared that's in the piece over here. Get that a little bit better here. So this 3x and the x, that's how you get your 3x squared. But notice negative 6, when I do the FOIL, I have to get two numbers that multiply together give me negative 6. This negative 2 and 9 is important to get the positive 7. But the only way for me to get a positive 9 is by taking this 3 times this 3. That's how I get my positive 9. So remember how we did that first one here. So you need to make sure that you are breaking out and looking at, breaking out, first of all, the 9 into 3 times 3, but then also looking for how I'm going to get this last term of negative 6. You already know you have to have a negative 2 here, so that means pretty simply the 3 has to be the only other piece here. So this should be the answer, what you should have had here. Hopefully you all had that, and we'll continue to the next problem.